so many are deceived and blinded by what is truth and fact. Everyday times and signs see people worshiping certain leaders and putting their trust in them. We're here to tell you that this is fully against Yahweh God and Bible. We are all warned what happens if you give unto idols, make idols, and worship them. Time is now to wake up.
Not a lot for what they had to go through. And I want to thank Elon Musk, by the way, because think if we don't have him. And I just want to thank him. He's
https://thehhill.com/homenews/5207435-Trump-King-Charles-UK- Minnesota Republicans are seeking to legitimize the pejorative term used to describe the left's disdain for President Trump with a bill in the state legislature that would legally define it as a mental illness. https://www.dailymail.co.uk/health/article-14512-427/doctors-review-symptoms-trump-reveal-syndrome-tell-you've-got-it.html.
President Trump represents a Moses-type figure who is leading us now back to the seven mountains. And his was the mountain. Him is the seven mountains, so that the glory can come down and be part of the mountain experience. And to your point, we can't get caught up in wandering around again, trying to figure out, is Trump really for America? Is he Antichrist? You know, we got to stop wandering and let the glory come down on the seven mountains expression. You're part of that leadership apostolically. That's going to...
So, ladies and gentlemen, my plea today is for countries to come together to create the environment that enables every sector of industry to take the action required. We know this will take trillions, not billions of dollars, with trillions at his disposal, far beyond global GDP, and with the greatest respect, beyond even the governments of the world's leaders.
It's been great.
Now, there was a lot made on another network about your bringing in the gold accents to Trumpify the Oval Office.
The meaning of the little life.
So you have the mantle, and you have the cherubs from, is that from Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah, that's actually, they're gold, all gold, look. And you know, it's angels. They say angels bring good luck. And we need a lot of luck in this country with what they've done over the last 4 years. So take a look. You know that little secret, I don't know if you're going to waste your time putting this on, but throughout the years, people have tried to come up with a gold paint that would look like gold, and they've never been able to do it.
Can't do it.
You've never been able, look at that look. You've never been able to match gold with gold paint. That's why it's gold. And this is very important.
https://truthsocial.com/@realdonaldtrump.
I get calls from, as an example, companies where they want to hire the #1 student at a school. A person comes from India, China, Japan, lots of different places, and they go to Harvard, the Wharton School of Finance, they go to Yale, they go to all great schools, and they graduate #1 in their class, and they're made job offers, but the offer is immediately rescinded because you have no idea whether or not that person can stay in the country. I want to be able to have that person stay in the country. These companies can go and buy a gold card, and they can use it as a matter of recruitment. At the same time, the company is using that money to pay down debt.
https://www.newsweek.com/donald-trump-gold-card-visa-immigration-2047-682.
with Tim Cook, and by the way, he's going to make a $500 billion investment in the country only because of the results of the election. We have to be able to get people in the country, and we want people that are productive people. And I will tell you, the people that can pay $5 million, they're going to create jobs. They're going to spend a lot of money on jobs. They're going to have to pay taxes on that too. So they're going to be hiring people. They're going to be bringing people in and companies in. And I don't know, maybe it will sell like crazy. I happen to think it's going to sell like crazy. It's a bargain.
https://www.newsweek.com/Donald-Trump-have-highway-name-after-Bill-204784. https://www.defensigov/news/news stories/sharticle/sharticle/hashtag's acquisition community already working on Golden Dome big to meffer #hashtag text equals Trump percent, told percent Congress percent 10% Americans per tap. https://www.defensigov/news/news stories/sharticle/sharticle/hashtag's acquisition community already working on Golden Dome big to meffer #hashtag text equals Trump percent, told percent Congress percent 10% Americans per tap. https://www.defensigov/news/news stories/sharticle/sharticle/hashtag's acquisition community already working on Golden Dome big to meffer #hashtag text equals Trump percent, told percent Congress percent 10% Americans per tap.
He said, is there any way he does a product, Starlink? Did anyone ever hear of Starlink? It's another one of his genius products. It is genius too, actually. So I said, Elon, can you do us a favor? Can you take care of him? He had within 45 minutes planes and helicopters loaded up with this equipment, and they were having perfect communication within less than 24 hours. It was unbelievable.
Xmoney https://fortune.com/article/Elon-Musk-X-money-visa-partnership-impact. Self-deport app https://www.foxnews.com/politics/Trump-tells-illegal-immigrants-self-deport-new-video and https://www.dhs.gov/news/202-5/03/10/DHS- launches-cbp-home-app-self-deport-reporting-feature. Trump posted this on his Truth Social on say, March 22nd, 2025. https://truthsocial.com/@realdonaldtrump. I feel have to say the honor, praise, and worship that people give Abaddon is beyond recognition. People are giving him his power. Every last supporter, other leaders, and ECT on this planet, and they should be giving it to Yahweh God through Yeshua Jesus. Scriptures state, Psalm 146 verse 3, "Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help." King James Version of the Bible, Satan is referred to as the prince of this world in John 12 verse 31, John 14 verse 30, and John 16 verse 11. signifying his temporary authority over earthly matters and the spiritual battle between Yeshua Jesus and the forces of evil. John 4 verse 24 states, God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth, emphasizing that true worship of God requires both sincerity and a genuine spiritual connection, and no one justify themselves if they worship anyone other than the Lord. Many of you are continuing to praise these men and wonder after them, and you help continuing giving them power. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.